The life force of your bond. A power like life itself. Unseen for generations. A dyad in the force.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Dyad in the Force, episode 106. I am Element, your host, joined by Calfor.
Hello.
Substitute Dyad.
Substitute Dyad.
Hey, just
I'll
like,
take it.
Shinigami Daiko, right? Substitute Shinigami. Choco is most likely with his family, probably off somewhere AFK. Could not make it, but we're here to have some fun. Happy New Year, JJ in the chat, Darthman86, KG. We are also taking live calls this entire episode, so feel free to jump on in. We're going to play a new game called Real Fans Would Know. And this is inspired by the YouTube channel Actually. So it plays very heavily on pedantry, nitpicky stuff. And, obviously we don't subscribe to the whole true Star Wars fans or real fans, but we like to have fun with how stupid it is. And we're gonna have some statements, and you guys are gonna have to correct those factually incorrect statements, preceded by real fans would know. Just like Actually. How's
Except
your
a
New
different
Year's going?
catchphrase.
How's it going,
Mine?
Cal?
Oh, I mean, it's going. I've been super productive today. Gave Peach a bath. Did some errands for stream tonight, stuff like that. Did a lot of cleaning today, which was nice.
Right on.
Yeah, just chilling, productive.
As it should be. This episode is very, very chill. We have no news to get to. I do believe Battle of Jeddah is coming out on January 2nd. It's a full cast. It's an audiobook, just like Jedi Lost, or Dooku Jedi Lost. And it's a wonderful
Tempest Rider.
audio drama. And it has some pretty, it makes some Jedi, again, sound schmexy. So,
Heyo.
some more simps added to the collection.
Nothing wrong with that.
How's everybody in the chat doing? How's your New Year's going so far? Are you guys off to New Year's parties? You just chilling at home with a glass of wine or whiskey? Let us know. Here's to a great 2023. Wouldn't be here without you. Right on, Connor. Member chat. Let's see here. Also, thank you to Connor for being a member for 18 months. That's almost 2 years. That's crazy. And then
Two
Cal
babies.
4 is currently on the show. Thank you, Cal, for being a member for 17 months. Unfortunately, that is less than Connor, but still as impactful nonetheless. Kenny says work, unfortunately, and it's busy. Ooh, man. You know what? Your work is highly appreciated. I can't imagine working on holidays. Man, much respect to you. And I hope
Done
that
it for too many years.
yeah, and I hope that nothing happens that makes it any more chaotic than it needs to be. JJ's chilling at home, making steak and drinking wine. Right on. That's the vibe. I made I don't know if you saw on my Instagram, I made a pretty hefty tomahawk. I think it was like 4 inches thick. I don't know how many ounces it was, but it was a pretty thick, like 12 C's thick
It's got the
tomahawk.
girth.
I get that, Kenny. I spent 4 hours last night under a building waiting on plumbers. All of downtown KC was without water last night. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, Jackson. Happy New Year, Harith. KG's driving, so can't chat. That's okay. That's okay. We appreciate the lurks.
Safety first.
I just edited my most recent Fallen Order play and read The Blade. Oh my gosh, I forgot The Blade came out. Yes, that's in my library.
I need to get that.
That will be read as soon as this is over, including Yoda 2, including High Republic 3, the latest Vader, and the latest Afra. Oh, comics are...
There's so much. We are truly spoiled.
Hello, Marianne. So where are you in your High Republic journey?
I finished phase
No shame,
1.
just say it.
So I finished phase 1. I finally caught up on the comics. And really, technically there is a book I've missed, which was Race to Crash Point Tower. I own it physically. It's on the shelf behind me. I just haven't gotten time to just sit down and read it. I've started Path of Deceit, but I'm not that far into it yet.
Okay.
So, baby steps.
Trigger warning for Path of Deceit. I don't know if you've gotten that far into it, but...
No, like I said, I'm like, we're still introducing characters stage. So
You've met
still very
Marta?
I think.
What chapter are you on?
I don't know. Hold on, let me.
I'm on
let me
that
look.
chapter.
I'm on the chapter. Which one?
I got the 20th anniversary Clone Wars Yoda cover. Oh, I need to start getting more variant covers. I'm the worst at keeping up with Star Wars comics, so I'll try to read The Blade and High Republic Adventures. That's true. There's another High Republic Adventures as well coming out. Connor's up to
Chapter
Convergence.
5.
Chapter 5.
So not very far.
I believe you've met them though, right? The Path of the Open Hand.
Yeah, I've met them, but just barely.
Okay.
And it was a while ago that I started. I started it when it came out.
Cal, how close
But
are
I
you
haven't
to
touched it
having a
since then.
complete Phase 1 collection?
Like physical?
I'm not sure. I was just asking.
Oh, technically I have it all. I just need to finish Race to Crash Point Tower, but that's really quick. So I'll probably zoom through. I might zoom through that tomorrow.
Yeah, Path of Deceit is nuts in a great way. Yeah. So yeah, there's all right. Well, this is not like a huge spoiler, but trigger warning, cult.
Oh yeah, no, that already got that vibe.
Isn't there a Dooku and Yoda cover for issue 2? If there is, I haven't seen it. I got Padawan, Princess, and Scoundrel for Christmas, and we'll be getting the first Thrawn trilogy here soon, thanks to my sister-in-law giving me $40 on Amazon, which gives me an idea. I think for the next Dyad in the Force, we'll be giving away $100 on Amazon.
Ooh.
How we're giving it away, I don't know. But we'll see how we can make that happen. Let's see here.
Pretty fun.
Is there anything you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about,
Me?
Cal?
Man.
Let's talk about
Honestly,
the
I'm
video that you
excited for
made.
Survivor. That's what I'm excited for.
You're excited for Survivor. Everyone's excited for Survivor, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's fair.
I'm excited for Quinlan Voss to make his video game debut.
Hey-oh. I would legitimately kill for any form of live action cameo of Cal, because it just seems like such a missed opportunity because we have the actor. It's it's not like you need to cast the character. They exist. They've already been their acting has already been portrayed. It would just be cool to see them in something that's a little bit more accessible to a larger audience in the form of a show or a movie or something like that.
I kind of feel like him showing up at the Game Awards was kind of priming
Teasery.
people to see him as the character in live action. But that's just hopeful thinking. I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? The
I'm
reason I
honestly just
ask,
excited to see how people answer these questions that we've come up with.
Harris says, the reason I ask is because I have everything but the 2 junior novels, the Young Readers, and High Republic Adventures trades.
I don't have any of the comics physically. I have them all on like Kindle.
Oh yeah, I mean,
But
I mean, I have like 4 shelves of books, but like most of my library is on digital, simply because of the amount I have to read.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. And plus, if you ever get anything early, it's sent to you in like just an audio file format.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, there are some reference books that, excuse me, don't have digital, so I have those. If they don't have it digital, I'll have it physical, like the lightsaber collection. There are a couple of reference books that don't have a digital copy. Let's see here. Replaying Fallen Order has really reminded me how well written his dialogue is. His dialogue in Fallen Order was.
I need to replay it here before Survivor comes out.
I think we're all replaying it. I started replaying it on Grandmaster, but I don't know how much more patience I have for that.
I mean, yeah, that's a tall task.
It's not like I have anything to prove, but
right. It's still fun to have a challenge, but there's a difference between a challenge and just pain.
Yeah, there's a difference between a good challenge and like just repeatedly banging your head against the wall.
Right.
Like
I
at
feel
some
like that's
point,
me with like fighting games. Is just I'm beating my head against a wall. I'm too dumb and uncoordinated to play them.
You will play 6 though. They do have.
I will try.
They do have that button mashing control scheme.
I will be a pro button masher, I swear.
You have the Race to Crash Point physical, right? I do. I have a lot of physical copies that are ARCs, but I will buy them again on digital. My rule of thumb is if the cover is pretty, I'm getting a physical copy. Anything else, digital. Right on. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's honestly not a bad way to be. Because at that point, like, even after you're done reading it and it's just on your shelf, it becomes like an art piece in a way, which is nice, especially if you can like get a cool way to display the cover, especially with comics, how like Brandon has all of his favorite ones behind him. Like, you can just turn a comic into an art piece at that point. So
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. Multi-purposed.
Also need a 3D printer so I can print all of the hilts of canon for reasons. Grievous cough. I like to use some Grievous cough there.
That's pretty funny.
I'm also excited for the timeline book. Right, I've been that was supposed to release in November, but we're still gonna be eating well. There's gonna be a High Republic character encyclopedia releasing, along with the timeline book.
That's
So
gonna
if
be
you
huge, I
are
think.
if you are a lore master or if you are of the lore yourself, we eating healthy today. Not today.
I almost feel like that goes past like just the lore master side of it too. I think a big part of what's been missing in High Republic has been that like interconnectivity you get just from those like art of and character description books and stuff like that we got with like all of the movies and stuff like that. So I think it'll be really cool to get something like that in people's hands. Because then people can see it and be like, oh, what are all these cool characters? I need to read this book that has this person in it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. I hope Survivor is less puzzly. JJ. I mean, this isn't exclusive to game designers, but we love puzzles. And so the more puzzles that Survivor has, the better for me, at least. I can't speak for everyone, but they do have like story difficulty.
Well, even then, the story difficulty, like the puzzle difficulty, never changes.
That's true.
It's just combat that's different. So if like a puzzle is tough, and you're just stuck on it, it does kind of kill the flow of the game. But that's why you can come watch me play it on stream.
Getting Fallen Star signed by Claudia made me need to have it out. I'm totes stealing Choco's comic idea. Oh, well, I hate to flex, but delivering coffee to Daniel Jose Older, that was just a highlight.
I'm literally
still flexing about being someone's like personal assistant for like 5 minutes.
Well, it was so funny when we were all standing outside of the convention center, and he just walked up like, "What's up?" And I just turned and I'm like, hi.
Yeah, we all get to know that they're regular people.
Yeah. It's just something you just don't expect, right? Because, like, I mean, I have the understanding, obviously, that, like, really any, author, actor, anything like that they're still people, but still you just never expect them to just pop up, especially when, like, you're like, oh, I'm just hanging out with my friends outside of a convention center while we're all thinking about getting food.
In a typical advert voice, with the Timelines book, you can be just like Sawyer, Pep, and Brandon. Is that how it sounds? Or is it more like transatlantic? Coming out this February is the new Star Wars Timelines book. With this book, you can be just like Sawyer, Pep, and Brandon.
I approve of the more sing-songy, timey version.
The sing-songy time. Maybe the Acolyte will have more of that High Republic art book. That's true. I'm really excited about Acolyte. Wait, was this during Celebration? Yeah, absolutely. I was at a coffee shop and the High Republic authors were getting ready for a panel, and I don't know what came over me. I texted DJO and I was like, "Hey, I'm at the coffee shop. Do you need a coffee?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he was like,
I know what came over you. We were standing in that line for so long for coffee, and it's like, I wonder if we're even going to make it to the panel in time. Well, since we're going to it, might as well see if he wants coffee, because we're waiting for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so I got the coffee, and then he was like, just hand it to me after it's done because it's getting pretty packed and busy. And so I went up to the stage after the panel and gave him the coffee, and he was like, "Thank you so much." And then we all went outside and just started chilling. And then he came out in the group and he was like, "What's up, guys?" I'm your friend, right? Of course.
That was fun. I was happy because I had to leave early after that to run to the bathroom, I think. So I didn't get to like watch you go up and like hand off the coffee. And I was like, oh, dang, I missed getting to actually say hi. Oh, well, whatever. So it was just really cool to still have that opportunity.
A lot of people were like, what did you do? It's like, I just walked up to them. Because then, like, you didn't have to wait in line, to get it signed. I literally got my book signed then and there. But I still ended up waiting in line with Cal and Emily and Sage. And all
that line was so painful.
It was painful.
That was like the worst line at the convention, unfortunately. And it wasn't really to any fault of it being like super
it was just
high
the way
demand.
They handled it.
It was just the way they handled it. It was straight up just they had no idea like what it was even for. And then I felt bad because I think it was Kevin was like
he had to go.
Dead tired.
Right? I think he had a flight back to UK.
Exactly. He's already like super jet lagged, and then being on panels all day and then having to wait through all that, like, whew.
JJ says, I'm not too bright, laughing my ass off. Please, JJ, call in and participate with real fans would know.
I was going to say, it's funny that she says she's not that smart.
No.
Or not too bright. It's like, you are brilliant.
Yeah, JJ's the best. And so with that comes the warning. If you guys want to participate now and call in, hit the link that's pinned in chat. Call in. You'll get into the waiting room. We'll transfer you in, and then we can start playing the game. Let's see. Because several of us saw y'all go up and said, "F it, we are going up there too." I mean, yeah. It's not like they had security, which is I'm not encouraging this at all to just like jump up and go up to the stage with like with people that are like actors and authors and stuff, but I had a legitimate reason to go up there. So, and they were friendly about it,
I mean, I think it's also like a tonal difference too, right? You're not charging the stage with a bunch of merch in arm, right? You're literally carrying a cup of coffee, being like, "Hey, here's your coffee."
I mean, I could legitimately have been his personal assistant too. Someone would stop me. He's like, "I have Daniel Jose Older's coffee. Are you really willing to stop me?"
Yeah, right. It's hot. I know how to throw it.
Not that far, but I'm kind of sad they haven't released any more tickets yet. Yeah, they're not doing the light exchange either, which is sad. But we'll get Cal to come in when they return to the U.S.
Yay! I'm excited for that.
But you know what? What's funny about this point is like, I had a meeting when the tickets were on sale again, so DePaul had to get me my ticket again this time too. That guy is like a
DePaul
saving
MVP.
grace, man. DePaul comes in with like 4 tickets and just like gives one away, has my back, has someone else's back. He's a straight up stand-up dude.
Oh yeah, epitome of generosity. That was
me
the
about
whole reason why I got into like 3 different like photo ops was with him. That was crazy. He's like, "Hey, I just want to tag along," and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah,
Like, having to fight back tears the whole time, just like, what is going on?
Who did you meet?
It was Tamura Morrison, Katie Sackhoff, and Ewan McGregor,
Fuck.
which was wild. It was wild. Like, legitimately, I was like shaking and like tearing up and had to like slap myself in the face when meeting you, and I'm like, okay, we're good. Don't be weird.
I mean, yeah, we were literally like, we were literally hanging out, sharing the same Airbnb, and just being friends. And the experience of celebration was was that your first celebration as well? That was mine too.
Oh yeah. No, I like that's like the second ever convention I've ever been to as well. So that was pretty big.
And then you got to meet them.
Right? I'm just like, okay, I can die. That's fine.
Let's see here. Give me about 40 minutes. That's my next break. Kenny.
Kenny.
Sheesh. Let's bring Daxon in here.
I mean,
how's it going?
Right as rain, I guess.
You got any plans for New Year's?
Not this one exactly. Continue packing. I don't know if you can see the boxes. Next week on my birthday, I gotta move into my new place. I should have been in already and set up, but the pipes burst last week.
Oh, jeez.
It was negative 25 in the Midwest.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I just saw a short of Neil deGrasse Tyson explaining how pipes burst to Rogan. I was like,
yeah, it'll do it. Now that happened in my apartment complex too, and they had to shut off water for the entire complex for like an entire day while they repaired everything.
Yeah, that's why I spent all of yesterday working on plumbing in one of my buildings, because now all the back pressure from something somewhere thawing out probably just sent every release valve through the whole city popping.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a fun 24 hours. I got like, I think, what was it? 97 missed calls at one time.
Dude.
That's a big oof.
Yeah, but it pays the bills for me to do fun Star Wars stuff.
Indeed. So your birthday is next week?
Yeah, January 6th.
January
12 days
6th.
after Christmas. It's always fun to be one of those, good birthday or good Christmas. Which do you want?
Right. No, mine's at like the mid to late November, so it's kind of the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like cool, and it's also like right next to Thanksgiving, so I'm like, cool, whatever.
Now I know. Now I know the day in which not to wish you a birthday. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So Daxon's ready to play this game. I want to get at least one other person on the call. Kenny, are you really on break in like 40 minutes? Is he literally just like loading pallets and watching Dyad in the Force?
You know, I don't. When I used to do overnights at Walmart, I can tell you that we took a lot more breaks. I think that's probably why he only gets one every 40 minutes, because back in before like 2015, I don't know anyone who worked overnights at Walmart who like didn't work more than like 4 hours.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like 40-year-old version.
Yeah.
They just hang out at the truck and just kind of like, you know, shoot the shit.
Yeah.
But I imagine on like New Year's though.
Oh, dude, yeah, holidays is something.
It's rough.
Oh man.
It was kind of funny to be in Geek Squad during the holiday season because like Geek Squad doesn't get busier during the holidays like everywhere else did. There's also fireworks going outside, so hopefully those don't come through my mic. But so like during the holidays, like during New Year's and stuff like that, we would just be in the back just watching movies. It's like nobody's bringing stuff in. Everybody's like shopping. No one's like trying to get anything fixed. So it'd be like we would actually more often than not just go out and help out the folks in warehouse just because it's like you guys are slammed and we're dead.
This year I have to and will be getting a job full time. Right on, Connor.
Woo.
And
It's nice to have money.
8 his time is break time, so that would be in
I think he's central.
33
time.
minutes.
It's 7:26 for us right now. So
okay, I'm pretty sure we can fill the time until then. Harith, you're welcome to call in as well and be a part of the game too. It's funner with more people. I don't know if you're familiar with Actually, like the game on YouTube.
We don't have a way for people to buzz in, but
I mean, if
can
they're
go hand
on
raise.
call, they can raise their hands. Yeah.
yeah.
that's true. We do the old-fashioned way.
Happy New Year, Brooke. Brooke, if you want to call in and be a part of our new game, please do so. I don't know if you have plans, if you're going to the New Year party. St. Pat, I don't know if... same to everyone in the chat. If you guys want to call in and be a part of this new game, it'll be fun. We're just having fun on this episode.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Basically a game where we just read off a false statement about Star Wars, and your whole thing is to chime in with the correction, but you have to precede it with the phrase, real fans would know that blank.
Yep.
With your correction.
It's just as pedantic as Actually.
Okay.
And so
Hey, there's Brandon.
there's Brandon right there. He's probably AFK at his family's house or something. But here's a good example, and Jackson, you could be the guinea pig on this one. Let's say I say, in The Last Jedi, during their escape from the First Order, the Raddus is the first of the ships to be shot down by the Supremacy. And then you would say?
A real fan would know that the first ship. What? I don't even know the answer to that one, sadly. But it's not the Raditz. Is it the Raditz? Is it really the Raditz? Did they really throw Dragon Ball Z in there?
Oh,
the Raddus is the name of the ship that does the Holdo maneuver.
Yeah.
So you could just say real fans would know that the Raddus was not the first ship.
You can say that, yes. Or you could say real fans would know that the first ship was the Anodyne. But either way, as long as you're correcting that statement and then saying real fans would know, that's the premise of the game.
Gotcha.
And if you miss that key intro to it saying real fans would know, you don't get the point. Someone else can chime in and get it instead.
No, it's always Goku.
That's always Goku. I prefer Vegeta personally. Or Vegeta.
Yes.
I
I
was just
prefer.
listening to someone talk to today about like watching first season Vegeta versus the rest of it, how he grew like 4 feet, gained like neck muscles, didn't look like literally a tiny little just angry boy.
Oh yeah. There's also the difference between the Ocean dub and the Funimation dub.
Yeah.
I prefer Funimation though. I prefer Sabat.
That is one that I've always said dubs, because the original Goku voice I can't do.
I can do both. I appreciate the ka. I appreciate that voice, but I also appreciate the dub voice as well.
Yeah.
I
That is
I
one
prefer
of my dub choices too.
I prefer Vegeta's. I say Vegeta. I prefer Vegeta's dub voice, but I also rock with the Japanese voice.
Same. I agree though with Duxon though. It's for me. It is the Goku voice that makes and breaks it for me. To where I'm like, I grew up on dub. I need to watch it dub.
I think the only other shows that I watch dubbed, almost for nostalgia's sake more than anything, is Cowboy Bebop is just really good dub.
It is
Really good dub. And
Oh yeah.
what was the other one I watched all the time on Toonami? Witch Hunter Robin.
Interesting. For me, it's also Inuyasha is another one. That
Oh yeah,
is a dub.
yeah. If I hear that outro
Samurai
music, I
Champloo as well.
immediately wake up at 3 a.m.
Right.
crusty eyes to turn down the,
I just need to make that my alarm to get up in the morning.
and just have the picture backdrop, dead father, corpse in the background with your older brother who hates you just standing there staring at it.
Yep.
I think one of the first dubs one of the first animes that I watched, aside from like Thundercats and Voltron, would have been Sailor Moon, and Ronin Warriors.
Okay.
It's one of the old ones.
Well,
And then also Robotech, which was Macross Plus in Japan.
Oh, nice. Oh, that is what I thought it was. Yeah, Ronin Warriors. You said that and you unlocked some memories, Pep. You unlocked some
now I
Yeah.
need to pull it up too, just to see.
Oh, I love that armor. That was like
the wildfire.
that was the beginning
Oh.
of me being like, I need to have armor on at all times to be cool, okay?
I've never known what that was actually called. Okay.
My favorite armor was Sage of the Halo. That was my jam. My sister's favorite was Rowan of the Strata. My brother's was Anubis.
I might have to go back and rewatch this.
Yeah, it's a great anime. See, my thing with the sub versus dub thing is that, like, if it's a good dub, I'll rock with it.
Yeah.
But if it's not, I'll go sub. And
A comically bad dub, Metabots.
a comically bad
I actually
dub.
liked Metabots.
I love
okay.
Metabots, but the referee is like my favorite character ever in the dub version, especially. He just yells at everyone.
Okay, so I will not say comically, but the dub for Bleach is pretty horrible.
Yeah,
Like-
I've been watching that, and it's
There's an active effort to say the names right, and then there's an active effort to not say the names right. And
it does feel intentional at
Yeah.
times. I remember I was watching it with one of my friends, Seamus, and he was like, "Wait, what did they call him?"
yeah.
It
Is
was
it
for
on
like
par with
Grimjaw.
M. Night
Grimjaw?
Shyamalan's Avatar?
Yeah, they called him Grimjaw.
Well, okay, so it's actually supposed to be Grimjaw.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Japanese kana spells out Grimjaw, like it's supposed to be
Gotcha.
like phonetically saying jaw. And
But he was just so thrown off by that. It was really funny.
yeah, and then they localized it to Jiao and spelled it Jiao in the localization. And everyone started calling him Grimjaw. It's a cool name, but it was supposed to be Grimjaw. But like, it's not hard to say, like, this is the discussion we have with people like saying Japanese names and stuff. It's there's a difference between saying it right and saying and being a caricature, right?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be the emotional damage. You don't have to like be the caricature to try to say things right? So you have Kuchiki, you have Kakashi, you have Naruto, you have Sasuke. You don't have to like caricaturize your accent to say their names correctly.
Just don't say Naruto.
You just don't say Kuchiki. Yeah, it's
Unless
just
you're trying to get some Kujuki.
That's why-
Itadori.
there are some voice actors. I will not say like the entire dub is terrible, but there are some voice actors that get it, that they will say the names correctly without doing an accent. The one thing that is the most difficult for people to do when saying Japanese names is removing the need to accent a syllable, because the entire language is syllabic. If they have to hang on a certain syllable, they double up on the character. Right? So so like the character for dragon is Ryu, right? It's not Ryu. It's Ryu. And that would be spelled Ryuu. And that's why you'll see some characters' names, like you'll see some characters' name where they hang on the same letter, and that's just because they have double the character within their name. But more often than not, it's just a single syllable. And now
Think we'll get any subs in the next season of Visions? Or do you think it'll all still be dubbed?
I think it's gonna be dubbed. They released some information about Visions and that it's gonna be more global. So there's gonna be like anime studios from like Brazil, South America, and like around the world. So I don't think we're dealing with mostly Japanese studios at this point, you know, which is cool. I want to see what that's all about. But
Did they say, is Mappa doing one?
no.
No.
I know. Ever since the first, because like Mappa Studio Trigger is part of Mappa as well, and I'm just like, well, I just want Mappa.
Just give me Mappa.
But they're like
Who
doing.
knows? Maybe we'll get Sagatsky back. Maybe
They're already overloaded.
They're doing Chainsaw, Jujutsu, and Tack Up Destiny, and I think they're doing a lot, like a couple more too. But I think they're one of the best animation houses in Japan.
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't. It's weird. I used to watch a lot of anime, and then like the last season of My Hero ended, and then I just stopped altogether for some reason. Nothing against any of the shows that have come out, just haven't had time to pick it up, I guess.
That's exactly what happens.
Yeah, it's tough when you get behind, but also when it's subbed to where you can't really multitask while watching it if it is like a slower arc or slower
That's
episode.
my biggest
Or
problem.
if it just
now,
came down off of like a big
if I have to watch and like read at the same time and I can't do anything else, then I'm done, because I'm like, all right, let me read this comic and write my review while I'm watching this.
Well, here's what happens with me. Some of the stuff that I follow is like week to week, right? It's not a big drop. In the time between episode drops, I'll start another anime. and more likely than not, it is a binge. They have an entire 1 or 2 seasons to watch, and then I will watch that, and I'll forget that I am like 4 weeks behind on the anime that I was following.
Yep.
And then
every now and then, though, it is fun to go back and rewatch some old stuff, which also gets in the way. But
and then what happens is I'll go back to it being 4 weeks behind, and then a new anime will drop.
I feel like that's me with video games.
It's just,
exactly.
It's
And
like
that's what's
keeping up
tough
with
is when you're
comics.
trying to do both. When you're trying to like keep up on everything Star Wars, which is already like
I'm trying to read comics, read the
horribly
books. I need to play some
challenging.
video games, not only just for personal time, but for streamer.
Yep. Yep.
What's up, DePaul?
DePaul.
DePaul, the lines are open yet again. If you want to call in, we're going to play a new game. It's called Real Fans Would Know. It's inspired by actually. If you want to play the game, we're waiting on Kenny to go on break, so we're just filling the airwaves with just anime talk. And actually, you know what?
Blather.
Let's talk about like the most recent videos that I've made that have kind of erupted some discussion in
I also love how your last Sith video literally had a freaking gray Jedi comment in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. I need to like comment on a couple of those, especially the Revan one, because it's so true to me that it's like.
You even pointed out the perfect part.
These are
Darth Maul
arguments I've had to
excluded.
make.
Darth Maul excluded.
Yeah, man. He's got eternal protection. Satil Shan's got it. whoever works with Satil Shan is protected. But like, it's those videos that kind of breed a lot of content for me, and I have a video to make about the person that said that I prefer the idea of of mixing both, because I hate the idea of a binary of, you know, going to the extremes on both sides. And I have to make a video on the fundamental flaw of thinking the light side is an extreme. The light side is just being human. It's just serving light and life and being tempered and, you know, being disciplined. You know, you don't need the dark side to balance yourself, because everyone comes with inherent darkness, right?
Yeah, see, that's the kind of thing I always try to point out. Is it's like, as much as I am a dark side stan and I love, you know, the Sith and the dark side, I understand that it is nothing but a tool. Like, you know, the light side uses the Force uses the dark side like the wildfire that cleanses a forest.
Yes.
The light side are the rains that come after the fire to keep it from getting worse, to keep things sedated, and to renew life. So it's like, it's a cycle thing, but like, yeah, you can't take either away, but you can't prop one up. It just happens that the light side doesn't prop itself up. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah. And so, like, the fundamental misunderstanding is that the light side is an extreme. Like, right? It's I understand it's you can't help but see it as a binary, but
it's plot though.
The
That's
terminology
plot.
used.
It's in a movie. It's gonna happen. You have good guys and bad guys. That's like, but that's thinking 2D about the Force.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like, when they say, like, serving light and life doesn't make you monastic. It doesn't make you a Jedi. It doesn't make you a monk. It just means you're a good dude. You don't go around killing people. You're very disciplined. You don't let your emotions take over. And that's it. It's not an extreme to live life normally. We have so many people in the galaxy that are living life normally. They're farmers. They're, you know, what have you in the galaxy. They're on the light side.
Oh yeah.
That's it. I mean, it's not an extreme. The only thing that makes the dark side extreme is that it seeks to control, not be controlled. So when you have the dark side, you know, doing deforestation to create new to create new life, when you have the dark side, you know, naturally overseeing decay and death to recycle into life and birth, and then you have the Sith that want to control it and bend it. That's what's disruption. That's the extreme.
Yeah, to me, the dark side, I've always seen it as, it's like, what am I trying to say here? I think the dark side itself almost wants its followers, though, to be that extreme, because it almost knows, like, these guys have to burn themselves out. If someone could slow roll the dark side, they would be very, very bad for the galaxy. If they could live no, over the next like 6,000 years, I'm just gonna slowly be like more and more influential and like maneuver things around. Like, but that can't happen. The dark side literally makes you, when you taste it, need it.
I mean, that's why I used sear in that example. Like, you can't just, right? It's not a thing you just do a little bit of. Because as soon as you tap into it, it's like, oh, there you are. You know,
this is completely unrelated, but if you kind of cross your eyes a little bit and look at Duxon's image there with your couch and like the white thing on the top and like the gray piece in the middle, it looks like Malik in a way. I'm not gonna lie, I literally I was listening, and then just out of the corner of my eye I was just like, why do I see like the perfect like color lineup for Malik there?
Anyways, we go. I'm down.
Sorry.
I imbued that which I love.
It's ADHD brain.
You should have played along. It's like, that was my intent.
That was the goal from the beginning.
I planned this whole
Someone has
time.
noticed. My apprentice.
And then of course that video bred another comment that said, "Don't the Jedi teach emotional repression?" And like, yes, I have to make that video again.
That is one of the fun things of being a small channel.
comment.
I just make things that I want because no one talks to me yet.
Hey, feel free to jump in and take the comments off my video, bro. Like, for real. I'm only one person. So,
all right, I'll happily. I can totally throw shade about the dark side coming from the dark side. That's the best. That's how you really are a dark sider. You assault. You go after other dark siders. That's the whole point. Become more powerful. attrition.
What's going on, Jedi Ninja? We're just having a chill episode of Dyad in the Forest, trying to ring in the new year. Having fun and just shooting the shit like we would normally.
Yeah. But no, so I feel like a lot of those points though that people keep making is because, one, they're coming newly probably into this part of the internet, which is fine. You're going to find it for the first time. Everyone's going to find something for the first time. But everyone is coming from what I believe is only visual media referencing. Because yes, if you only look at visual media alone and that's it, which is fine if you can only really have time for that, but still, you will only get a very like, the Jedi are this bad, wannabe good people because that was the fall of the Jedi. Like, we're not looking at the Jedi as a whole. You're looking at literally like the last 12 years.
Right.
I mean, the tough thing is, though, is even with just the visual media, right? Like, it's still orchestrated by Palpatine, right? Like, like the fall of the Jedi is still the product of the Sith, right? Like, it is still by design with that. And I think even in just keeping within the visual media, there's a lot of irony in that. Trying to serve the dark side, you become a slave to it, and that's why having Anakin start out a slave and end up a slave in the end is ironic, because you would assume that it's the pursuit of freedom and, like, you know, not being bound by these chains and stuff like that, and then at the end of it all, you realize that it's, you know, you don't know the power of the dark side. It's not that it's necessarily a power that you're wielding.
Don't know the power of the dark side.
Yeah, and again,
like,
it can be inward, right?
Yeah, it's almost like a drug addict's perspective, though. Like, if you talk to someone, and I come from, sadly, a place where there is a lot of drug impact in my small rural, Midwest community back home, the people who never left that small community. And when you talk to them and they talk about this horrible life where they literally weren't you just begging for change at a gas station to get a hot dog, bro? But they're like, oh man, but you don't understand. When you finally get the money and you get that stuff and it gets in your veins, it's like gold. Like, that's that mentality of the dark side.
Yeah. I mean,
it's a hit.
George Lucas has in, I think it's, you can look this up, his interview, it's called the Project Happiness. He's talking to a whole bunch of students, and he refers to it as a drug because the light side is like joy. You get really little moments of joy, and then it's sustainable. You keep on looking out for others and making sure everyone's happy, and it's very selfless, and you get small amounts of joy that is sustainable that you can continue to get. The dark side is pleasure, and when you reach that pleasure center, you keep on needing more to achieve the same amount of pleasure, and it's like a drug, right? Once you do it, you need more of the same drug to give you that same hit, and then you fall into that hole where you need stronger drugs to give you the same amount of hit, and then you find that stronger drug and it gives you that stronger amount of pleasure,
and you will do anything for it.
And then you need to up the ante continually.
It becomes a craving.
But yeah, that's what I've always loved about the story of Anakin is he was a slave to the Hudson Watto. Then he was a slave to his prophecy. He was then a slave to his attachment for Padme. And then he was a slave to Sidious.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people in that second part will be like, he was a slave to Padme. Like, no, she didn't really do anything. That was entirely...
He was a slave to his own attachment.
His
right.
own
I've always told people, as someone who had suffered from narcissistic tendency and stuff, I understand that part of Anakin. That's he doesn't love what Padme is. He loves what Padme does for Anakin.
Yeah. He loves what Padme represents.
Yeah.
Also, can we just talk about how Anakin, as a slave, was still able to, take stuff home from work, build a pod racer, build a droid for his mom. He can have unannounced company over, shelter them, give them food.
They had enough
stuff
food.
Like that. And it's
they had a bowl of food.
I can't even do that. It's just interesting.
But
it's I feel like obviously it wasn't their choice, and there was a lot of bad to it, but
So
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people harp on that as like one of the key points of it all. It's like, yeah, but he didn't really have it terrible. I mean, Tatooine obviously is a hellhole, but like.
So what I call this discourse that we continually have year in and year out is what I call knowledge debt.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last 40 years, more recently than that, we've been dealing with YouTube channels that have talked about the lore, have never had to provide citations. And they're literally kind of like going off of Wikipedia, which is in and of itself, being a fan aggregate, contains biased editorial. And something that I've been happy to be a part of and happy to see now is that people use Wikipedia to see where the information comes from first, go to the source, and then read it, and then espouse the information. But we're dealing with YouTubers that have been talking about Star Wars for the past 20 years, unabated by anything. And they just make a video about Grey Jedi, and like they talk with an authoritative voice, and people believe it. There's no citations. Like I saw another video about how Yoda would have destroyed Anakin had he faced him. And while I agree with that sentiment, he provides no citations that supports the argument. He just says that that
my dad can beat up your dad.
He's like Palpatine says to Anakin, "You're lucky that Yoda wasn't the one to face you." And I'm just like, okay, well, where did that come from? I mean, we have to start like this whole movement that we're a part of. We have to start pushing back on this notion that you can make a video about lore and not tell people where it comes from.
Really, when I go through it too, and I look at Anakin's rap sheet, he's great against droids and great against numbers. But when you put him up against like a duelist, homeboy actually doesn't fare very well.
Oh, he takes the L so often. That's why whenever I run into an Anakin stan, I'm like, you like him because he's sad and pretty. Like, just admit it. Like,
and
that's it.
Right, exactly.
You love the power fantasy of like chosen one.
You like someone because they're pretty.
And that's it. Yeah,
I like several.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's the fact that like they don't own that. They don't own that. That's the reason why they like him. Like, I'm all for Anakin fans that are like, oh, he's just sad and pretty, and I can fix him.
Revenge of the Sith is my favorite movie because I'm totally not just repressing the fact that I want to be the bad guy who wins one day.
But he doesn't even win is the thing. Like that's like Obi-Wan goes through honestly a lot of similar struggles, like losing the Duchess Satine, losing Qui-Gon, like losing Anakin. Yeah. Right?
And Dooku, what we get from Jedi Lost and Tales of the Jedi, he has he's fighting. He's like, I don't know if I want to join the dark side, but I'm not okay with what's going on anymore. Like that made that. Oh. But
like you look at all of the loss, and like our friend Char Char J did the Obi-Wan workouts where he's like holding someone in his arms back and forth, and that killed me. It was so good. But like he has to do that so often. He has all of these people that he loves dearly, but he doesn't have that attachment. He knows that he can let go, and you still see time and time again that like Obi-Wan will still win, and like sure, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the story screenwriters making the decision of like who wins whatever fight, whatever. But like. You have everyone look at Revenge of the Sith and be like, that was like Anakin in his prime, like, and he still lost.
Anakin was never at his prime.
Because he was never at his prime. He'll never see that.
Because the story of Anakin is a story of conflict. He was always in conflict. That's why he
tragedy
lost.
and failure.
And he found balance and peace at any moment. He wouldn't have lost it. He would have been able to.
I mean, like looking at the larger picture of lore, what Jedi Masters have said about Anakin. He's one of the best duelists in the Order, blah, 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 blah. You have that sentiment about him. He's the strongest Jedi to ever live. You have that sentiment. But all throughout the movies and the stories, we always see is Anakin in conflict, and that causes him to lose.
It makes him make terrible decisions.
Which
he
is
rushes
even
in
nuttier,
early,
though,
even though he
'cause
has the skill. He
Yeah.
doesn't have the mind game.
We get all the way to Mortis, and the Force literally shows him, "You're about to mess up. I'm literally showing you the demons that are inside you that you will become."
Right.
And he just doesn't heed any of that warning.
I mean, don't they like wipe their minds at the end of it all? Technically, I think. I don't know.
Which
I don't
fundamentally
remember.
makes him a bad at Form 7. I mean,
I feel like
yeah.
they kind of wipe him when they leave the space of like that world, but in a sense, it's not the only time he's been obviously told
No,
by the
but-
Force, like, "Hey, Darth Vader, you
Not
need
to
to chill."
mention, not to mention, like he is the guy that says or that like goes to therapy, but lies in therapy. Doesn't
Oh, yeah.
actually talk to the therapist about the problems he's actually really dealing with. Because
That's
like
my problem
he
with that scene and how people kind of like twist it to be like Yoda doesn't help Anakin. It's like Anakin just goes to him. He's like,
What
I
can
know
he
a
do to-
friend who has a
yeah.
friend that is in trouble. It's like
Yeah.
if Anakin was like,
hey, I'm worried about Padme, I'm getting these visions, help, what do I do?
yeah,
Like, if he did any of that, but at the same point, he has such a fear of, like, he knows he's not supposed to have attachments, but, and again, it stems back to conflict, right? He knows he's not supposed to have attachments, but he knows he does. And instead of working with Obi-Wan, Yoda, the masters, and being like, hey, I have this attachment to somebody, we kind of got secretly married, help. Like,
that's the difference.
Ki-Adi Mundi has like what 3 wives or something like that. Like it's not unheard of, but like I feel like you can still be married and not have the sense of attachment, loving someone dearly and wanting to spend the rest of your life with them, but also being able to let go when the time comes. And his inability to do that and conflict to even talk about it. That's why he fails. Is that conflict?
That's why this podcast stands Elzar Man.
Yeah, exactly. That, like, honestly,
He's like,
I always joke about it with Luke.
He's like, I'm
'Cause
gonna
Luke-
need to do this, and then flings islands, and then like Stellan's like, you know what you just did, right? He's like, I do. I need
I'm
help.
leaving.
Right.
Help.
But to me, that's always been the Jedi in my mind. That's always been like, that's the ultimate Force user to me. Is someone who goes, oops, I did it again, but I had to, and now I'm gonna go like think about this and repent and deal with my facts. But hey, is everyone okay? Cool.
That's
Bye.
why, like, I love to give Luke a lot of crap because Luke is a huge fan of both Anakin and Elzar Man. And I'm like, you got it right with one of them.
Yeah.
One of them's good. Why do you like Anakin so much? He's like, I don't know, man. I'm like, he infuriates me to no end. And like every time I watch Revenge of the Sith, every time I'm just like gritting my teeth, like, just make better decisions. No, he did it again.
Yeah, and I love Anakin, and like, but that's the thing is, Anakin is that kid in high school that was at like freshman year, 6'2", and ripped. So he was just a star athlete. He was.
Yeah.
It's not hard work. Like that's what's always made every other Jedi better than him in the end. Is they had to put in hard work and study and time, whereas he just escalated himself via nothing but hype and his own more or less just raw potential. He's like Frieza.
Well, that's the thing, right?
It's the Naruto Sasuke.
This is where
comparison.
Sidious comes in.
Yeah.
Sidious props up all of his worst tendencies, and he's like, "No, this is normal. You're good." He's like,
And that's just
"Okay."
it, though. Is there is some truth in that? Like his feelings are valid, right? Like his worries, his concerns, and stuff like that are valid, but the inability to properly communicate those to the people he cares about the most, because like you like, I don't think a single person out there believes that Anakin didn't love Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and the Jedi as a whole. There's so many scenes of him, especially in Clone Wars, where he is a good Jedi. But it's tough.
he is a great Jedi and stuff, but I feel like everything.
Did you just say
with
great
Anakin-
Jedi? I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Uh,
Anakin is an amazing Jedi, and he does love his way though. Again, as someone who kind of understands where his mind comes from in a more personal way, at the end of the day, love from someone who has far more inward thoughts than like selfless thoughts. At the end of the day, love is how does this person make me love them more or affect my love for them on the daily. So yeah, he loves Obi-Wan, but all it took was Obi-Wan to apparently betray him, and he'll
From
kill
his
him,
perspective,
and he'll just kill him.
Yep. And that's why
My
it's like,
bad.
I think Anakin is a good character, but I hate him.
Yeah,
I love him as a character, but I hate him.
which is a good character.
Yes,
Okay,
but
so
not
we
a
have
good character.
so we have Kenny added to the call, and I feel like
Yes.
we can play this game unless Kenny you have some thoughts on this conversation. But let me just put it out
outside
there.
of
I'll just put it out there
outside
really
of
quickly in the
what-
chat. If you guys want to join the call and be a part of this game we're about to play,
Do it.
hit the link in the chat in the pinned chat dyadintheforce.com/call. We'll get you in here. But go ahead, Kenny.
outside of everything that you guys said, Anakin is just a cautionary tale, just like Master Allen has mentioned, just like everybody else has mentioned. He is the one that you don't want to become, but everybody
Yeah.
wants to say that they are him. No, you're not. You're not even
100%.
close. Yes.
And that's why, like, whenever I hear anybody like super stan Anakin, I'm like, ooh, that's red flaggy right there, because it's like you don't want to be him. You shouldn't want to be him.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, so let's play this game.
Yes.
This game is called Real Fans Would Know. Obviously, this community doesn't care about true fans and real fans, but this is inspired by the game Actually, and it is we're satirizing the pedantry of what people would
Nerddom
be
as a
saying
whole,
when they say
honestly.
real fans would know. So how the game works is, and you guys can raise your hands to buzz in, but we're gonna read off statements that have something that is wrong with them. And then you have to raise your hand. You have to say, real fans would know, and what you're thinking the correction to that statement would be.
I'm so going to be bad at this.
I mean, some of them really get nitpicky.
Yeah, Pep went on the hard scale. I feel like I made 5. I think mine are a little easier, maybe, but maybe just because I like these subject materials quite a lot. So
Yeah, but it's also a fun way to just,
yeah, and
It's-
the best part is there's nothing wrong with guessing, getting it wrong, having the other person get it wrong, and coming back and trying to find another thing that you could try and correct on as well, right? Like it's a guessing game more than anything.
Absolutely. And so, guys in the chat, if you're not going to call in, feel free to participate as well. You can type it out as well. Real fans would know, and then try to correct the incorrectness of the statement that we read. So we're going to start this off a little bit difficult.
Here we go.
And we'll go with this first statement. And I'll put it up on the screen so you can read it. Directed by Richard Marquand, Empire Strikes Back released in May 21, 1980 with a budget of 18 million USD at the time. It was the movie that cemented one of the most astonishing plot twists in cinema history when Vader told Luke, "No, I am your father."
Oh.
Raise your hand when you have something.
Oh, wait.
What's your guess, Kenny?
Real fans would know it actually came out in 1979.
That's incorrect.
Okay.
It's a good guess though. That is like the level of
Ding, ding, ding,
just
ding.
BS that we've done with some of these.
All right, what's your go, Jackson?
A real fan would know Empire Strikes Back was definitely not directed by Richard Marquand.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, we'll give you the point on that one. Who was it directed by?
Kirchner.
That is correct.
I can never. I always feel bad to try to say his name because I'm like, I'm gonna say this probably wrong.
And a point goes to Jedi Ninja as well in the chat. Real fans would know that ESB was directed by Irvin Kershner.
Nice.
Kirchner.
Right.
I'm not to complain, but the music's a little loud.
Okay, let me hold on.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
How is that?
Could go down a hair more.
A hair more.
Just a wee bit.
How's that?
I think that's better.
That's better.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Nope, that's fine. All right, Cal, you can read the next one.
Okay. In Rogue One, Director Krennic was summoned aboard Grand Moff Tarkin's Star Destroyer, the Executor, to personally chastise him for the recent security breach on the moon Jeddah.
I'm gonna buzz this in just because I don't even know it's. Yeah, no, this is real. I'm always right.
Go for it.
A real fan would know that Jeddah's not a moon.
It is a moon.
Damn, it's a big moon.
It's a big moon.
Guys in the chat, feel free to chime in. Kenny, raise your hand whenever you got something.
I'm trying to think because most of that's actually correct. The only thing that I would say that would be incorrect is that the security breach. A Ram fan would know that the security breach did not happen on Jeddah. It happened on crap. That moon or that planet that crap. What's her damn name's dad was on?
I see where you're going with that. The security breach
that.
was actually by Saw
The security breach.
on Jeddah as
Oh,
well.
it was Edu, yeah. But that was incorrect.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, duh! Staring me in the face. That's close. Oh, that's tricky.
Go for it.
Because it's close, but it's wrong. Because a real fan would know that the Executor is Darth Vader's flagship name.
Boom. There you go. It's the
Vindicator.
Executrix
Yep.
that is
Yes.
Tarkin's.
I was like, no, that sounds right. No, it has an E and an X in it, but it's not.
Yep. So that's the whole point of that one was the names are so similar that I'm like, I'm just gonna pull just a fact out of Rogue One and just change the ship name.
So props to Jedi Ninja. Real fans would know that it was not the moon Jeddah. It was on the planet Edu. That was incorrect. It was the Executrix. That was the incorrect statement there. Moving on to the next question or the next statement. During episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, Sidious is defeated as Rey reflects his own channeled lightning back onto him. This is similar to the way Mace Windu reflected it in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, revealing Sidious's true visage. This action caused Rey to almost lose her life. Finn senses this, which is the first time Finn had ever shown Force sensitivity or sensitivity to the Force.
All right.
Jackson.
A real fan would know that Finn's been Force sensitive since Force Awakens.
That is correct. I'll give that point to you. Do you know when exactly was his first Force sensitivity?
I will. All right. No, I can't remember it right off the top of my head, but I believe it was something during the fight with Kylo.
So the first time Finn shows sensitivity to the Force is when the Starkiller base fires. He is boarding Sidon Ithano's ship and hears the cries of Hosnian Prime before they are actually shot.
Is that from the novel? Because I don't remember that in the movie.
It's in the movie. When he's boarding the ship, he turns around and hears the cries of Hosnian Prime, and then the next cut to them being shot down, you hear the same crowd crying. It's the same sound. And then they get shot down by Starkiller Base.
Oof.
So he hears it before it happens.
Oh yeah. It's a chilling scene when you notice that.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
To the Jedi Ninja's point though too, that scene in the village when like he resists shooting people and there's just that stare down between Kylo and him. That for me felt like also another moment. I don't think it was supposed to necessarily be alluding to Force sensitivity, but I think it was kind of a
Might have
almost
been
like
an awakening.
radio interference in exactly.
See, I would have to
'Cause
agree
the
with
scene
Pep
after
on that
that,
one.
you have Snoke say to Kylo Ren, "Have you felt it? I felt an awakening in the Force."
Yeah.
That's true,
So
that's
for
true.
me, that was when I personally felt it, but still.
It's not only that, it's also when Kylo probably realized that there was some sort of like force energy detection from this random stormtrooper, because
Like radio
he
interference.
recognized who was actually involved with the escape with Poe. He called him out by name.
Yep.
These are good arguments. But Duxon still got it correct. That wasn't his first time
Yep.
showing Force sensitivity, so he gets a point there. It's
Good job, Duck.
It's 2-1, I believe.
That was entirely also just because I knew my boy Finn was force sensitive from the day.
Yes, sir.
Wait, did Kenny score one?
No,
Oh, okay.
I am
That's-
epically failing as normal.
Okay.
These are
no
also
one,
luckily.
no one got the question I threw in there. So.
Yeah.
All right.
No lore master, that's for dang sure.
Cal?
Nope.
Solo: A Star Wars Story is the tale of how Han Solo performed the Kessel Run in under 20 parsecs. A feat thought impossible, but he didn't do it alone. He had the support of Kira, who he met on Corellia, Tobias Beckett, who he met on Mimban, Chewbacca, who he met on Vandor, and even Lando Calrissian and his droid L337, who he met at Fort Itzo, which is also on Vandor.
Okay, Duxon's up.
A real fan would know that I'm offended and personally affronted that it was 12 parsecs.
That is incorrect.
I mean, it was, but 12 is still under 20. Lando says you can't perform the Kessel Run in under 20 parsecs.
Oh, okay, yep. I saw 20 parsecs.
I
in
told
my
you
brain.
guys this would be very
Actually,
pedantic. This would be
That's
very...
why I put in a lot of those little seedy things that
he did.
that
Okay.
you feel like
See,
you can't.
that's good, because I was about to do the exact same thing. I'm like, the 20? No.
Oh, wait a minute.
See, Marianne's asking the real questions. Was Tobias there? Let's see. You know, you guys are getting...
Oh, it really hurt my fingers.
Jackson again
actually-
is buzzing in.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, Chewbacca was also on Mimban.
He says some, actually.
Some actually.
Did he say I'm actually?
You gotta say, you gotta say our version.
A real fan would know that Solo met Chewbacca on Mimban.
That's correct.
There we
All
go.
right, that's 3 points to Daxon Download. Our people in the chat are riling from this statement.
Wrong show.
Wrong show.
Actually.
That's how good of a catchphrase that is.
It is.
It's so
You
natural.
want to say it.
I wanted to use it, but unfortunately they got there first. But hey, they inspired this one, and I think this is a good segment to have. Our next statement. The first signs of malfunction in a clone inhibitor chip occurred during the Battle of Ringo Vinda. While Anakin Skywalker and the 501st were holding off an assault, Tup's inhibitor chip prematurely activated, causing him to shoot Tipley from behind.
Music got a little loud again, by the way.
Did it?
It kind of like fluctuates. It's weird.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know why I had auto gain on.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Man,
Let's see.
Yeah.
Jedi Ninja in the chat's asking, it wasn't Tup, was it? I don't know. Who knows? What is... it looks like Kenny is frozen. Oh, no.
No, I'm not frozen. I'm just.
Oh,
Very-
you're
I know
raising
how to
your hand.
stand very still.
Okay. Okay, Kenny, what's up?
Very sneaky. I have no idea about this one whatsoever.
A real fan would know that it wasn't the Battle of Ringo Vinda.
That's
It was
incorrect.
on one. It is incorrect. Okay. And I have no freaking clue because everything about this sounds extremely true because it was Tup who killed Tipley. It was the 501st.
Profit.
Layers only hope super chat at $2.19 ramen drop. Would head yes chat animated bugger belt.
That is correct.
What?
And the point goes to Connor.
Yay!
Thanks for that super chat, Connor. Unfortunately, that was incorrect as well. So we're still up in the air. Jackson's still got to think about this.
Bro, I have. You know what? I'll just go.
It doesn't hurt to just make a guess.
Yep.
Right.
A real fan would know that it was Obi-Wan Kenobi and the 501st.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Marianne, if you have some guesses, you can write a formal statement with real fans would know.
Yep.
She might have made the actual point.
Go for it, Kenny.
Real fan would know that it was Tiplar, not Tipley.
That is correct.
Yay, Kenny!
Gets a point.
Let's go.
Marlene, thank you for the assist. Thank you. That's probably the only point I get.
Marianne's asking the right questions and I'm putting people on the right direction.
It was the layup for the dunk. Let's go.
Shout out to Connor who finally got it. Real fans would know is Templar. It was correct. I liked that statement because it was like it could have been the battle that's incorrect. It could have been Anakin 501st. It could have been Tipley or Tiplar or not.
That's the thing. That specific battle is one of my personal favorites from the Clone Wars. So very detailed on that statement. It was just the tip, like the twins. The twins are that really screwed it up.
Yeah.
Because it really is hard to tell the difference between the two, even though there is a clear difference between the two.
And their names are so similar.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. Was this the one? No, it wasn't. Okay, this one.
In Star Wars Rebels, we follow the antics of the crew of the stealthy cargo ship, the Ghost. Its crew consists of the pilot Harrison Dula, her astromech C-110P, aka Chopper, the Lasat warrior Garazeb Aurelios, aka Zeb, Sabine Wren, a Mandalorian from Clan Vizsla of Mandalore, and finally the Jedi Knight Caleb Doom, aka Kanan Jarrus, and his Padawan Ezra Bridger.
This one's a doozy. You thought I was getting pedantic.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
All right, Kenny raised
Kenny
first.
was first.
Yep.
A real fan would know that Sabine Wren is not from Clan Vizsla, but from Clan Wren,
Dang.
That
which
is
is
correct.
part of Vizsla.
That is correct.
got me.
Sabine is
Yeah.
from
There
Sabine
you go,
is
Kenny.
Clan Wren
Yeah.
House Vizsla.
House Vizsla.
House Vizsla, Clan Wren.
That is
Pedantic
wow.
as hell.
Yes.
Kenny was right on top of that.
I wanted to throw in Jedi Knight for Kanan there as well, just to see if we could catch anybody being like, actually he was knighted at a later episode. I was like, no, we're
So-
still going to include it.
Kenny got Tiplar and that, so it's 2-2?
Oh.
I think it's
3-2.
3-2?
No, because
I think he's
No one
at
got
like
the
at least
second
3.
I don't think he got the executrix right.
yeah, nope. I think it's 2-2.
Yeah, I didn't get it right the first time. I just then later thought it up. I was like, oh, that's right. Doey.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 2-2. Let's go on to the next statement.
All right, here we go.
I smell profit.
Layers only hope super chat at $1.21 ramen drop.
Thanks for the chat, Connor, as always.
Peach.
Among the many colors lightsabers could inherit by bonding with a Jedi, there existed Rey Skywalker's golden optimistic, as well as the yellow lightsabers traditionally wielded by Jedi Temple guards that signified their detachment from emotion. Kenny.
A real fan would know that the golden optimistic is not real because there's no significance with the kyber crystals.
That's incorrect. That is the name of her color.
That really is?
Yes.
Huh.
All right.
Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, so colors don't have meaning in canon, but Jedi Fallen Order and that the lore within that game has introduced names for the colors.
Okay.
Huh.
Fine. That way you know everyone's
Like
shade.
blue is named Strength and Resolve, I believe.
Okay. All right.
Jackson?
Yep. A real fan would know that it does not signify their detachment from emotion, but their duty to the Jedi Order.
You're on the right track. I don't
Yeah,
know if
I think-
wanna
Ooh.
I know.
give you
I
that
know. That's like that
points.
last part doesn't sound right. I just didn't know what the right answer would be.
Sometimes
because-
you can shoot yourself in the foot by saying too much.
Yeah, because the statement isn't necessarily correct, I can't give you that point.
That's fine. That's fine.
But now people know what's going on.
No idea. I'm going to say honor. Real fan would know that it's honor and respect.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Marianne, if you have some if you have some answers, you got to answer formally with real fans would know. But the question wasn't there balance between consular and guardian or something like that? That is still incorrect. We'll give some more chances for the chat. And an additional chance
shit.
for.
Hold
Okay,
on.
Jackson, you're
I got-
last.
A real fan would know it's also the same reason they wear masks, so you don't know their identity.
I will give you that point.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So the correct statement would be that it signified their detachment from identity.
Oh, look at that semantics. That's gorgeous. I like the way you put it.
That's actually beautifully put, given that she identifies herself now as Skywalker. Like she's detached herself from identity of a Palpatine and identifies as a Skywalker. That's beautiful.
Detached from being a Jedi.
Yeah, that too.
Yep. And that
Gosh,
is.
I want those books. I just need more. I want those ancient books released so I can just read them. I don't care if they don't translate it.
All right. So that's 3-2, Jackson. And 1 point to Jedi Ninja.
Yeah, Jedi Ninja.
And 1 point to Connor. So let's move on to our next statement. I have to find a better way to keep track of which one. Okay, this one.
In the junior novel, A Test of Courage by Justina Ireland, our cast finds themselves stranded on Wavo, a jungle planet formerly designated 231234. The most notable feature on this planet being its acid rain that the native plants develop a waxy coating to resist the detrimental effects of.
This is all probably
think
High
back.
Republic, so
I
I'm out.
gotta think
I'm out.
back.
For that reason, I'm out.
I'm out, coach.
I'm gonna. Okay, don't look at chat. Don't look at chat. But I'm gonna give that point to Connor.
Okay. That's a Test of Courage is not one that I dove into really well, so I don't know. All right, here we go.
Go for it, Jackson.
A real fan would know that the plants do not have a waxy coating; they have a slimy membrane.
I love that. Yeah. But that is not correct. That would be delightfully gross and very at home in Star Wars.
Okay, we're gonna have to give the point to Connor, who says real fans would know Wevo is a moon.
Ooh, so like I said earlier about Jeddah, but
Yep.
reversed.
Yep.
Look
It
at
is
that
also
go.
Connor's favorite High Republic book.
Oh.
It's one of
Awesome.
mine.
Well, now that I've heard that, I will definitely give it another shot and read.
I've got time for one more, and then I've got to get back to work.
Okay. So that's still 3-2. Connor's got 2. Jedi Ninja's got 1. On to the next one. The fallen statue on Jeddah, named the Protector, is a symbol of peace for the Temple of Kyber. Among the protectors of the temple are the Guardians of the Wills. In Rogue One, we meet the Guardians Chirrut Îmwe, Baze Malbus, and Bodhi Rook. Jackson.
A real fan would know that Bodhi Rook was an Imperial pilot.
That is correct. I feel like we've gotten easier as we got. Also, Marianne
we
got
only
it
have
right
one
as
last
well.
one.
Marianne got it right. Real fans would know that Bodhi Rook is not a Guardians of the Will. Right on. So Marianne gets that point as well as Daxon. You still have time for one more?
Yeah, that one went fast. Go for it.
All right. This one.
The video game Jedi Fallen Order, or in the video game Jedi Fallen Order, our protagonist Cal Kestis is constantly hunted down by the Inquisitorius, a group consisting mainly of fallen Jedi and Padawan that were formerly trained by Darth Vader. In the game, Cal kills two notable Inquisitors, Masana Tide, aka the Ninth Sister on Kashyyyk, and Trilla Siduri, aka the Second Sister, within the Fortress Inquisitorius itself.
Kenny's in.
Real fan would know that the second sister was not killed by Cal, but killed by Darth Vader.
That
Nailed
is
it.
correct.
Oh man, okay, can I just have a fun one?
Go for it.
Real fans would know that the Inquisitorius were not Jedi that had formerly been trained by Darth Vader, but instead were simply just tools used by Vader and Sidious.
That's a
Arguing
technicality.
semantics.
Yeah, it is. I know.
He did train.
But he did
them.
train them to be pawns and tools.
Train or simply tell them, defend yourself or I kill you.
I mean, hey, technically speaking, both
Tomato.
both are
Yeah.
training.
Welcome to the dark side,
is-
where
what
everything
is
is its own
training-
shade of gray.
What is training to a Sith if not telling them watch your backs?
Yeah, that
know?
is the ultimate training of
Facts.
the dark side. Be strong at all
Facts.
times or die.
So Kenny ends the game with 3 and ties it up with Daxon download. Connor with 2, Jedi with 1, Marianne with 1. We still have, I think we have one more.
I think. Oh, is that?
No, that's it. That's it.
I was gonna say, I think that's it.
That's it.
Unless you did 6.
A real fan would know Darth Revan's son's name. I had to go back to Revan somehow.
What was it? Navarre.
It was Revan backwards. It was stupid.
Yeah. Navarre, right?
Yeah. It was just Revan backwards.
This game
All
is
right.
fun. That's why I'm making it a permanent segment.
It's great.
Yes,
And,
It is-
I
if you-
really like this game. It was fun.
And if you have any statements you would like to make, be sure to DM me on Twitter, your statements, and I'll add them to the list to do.
That'll be
Vayner, that's what Vinar.
Have a good night, chat. I'll see you all in chat. I'll keep up
Bye,
with
Kenny.
Thanks for calling in,
the show.
Kenny.
Not a problem, guys.
All right, so now we get to the last segment of our episode, which is Pictionary.
Oh,
We love this. So me and Choco have actually went through this entirely.
the buzz.
We've revamped it entirely. We've removed all of the ifs, ands, or thes, and have made it entirely simple and more friendly for guessing. So this is a new thing. And so we invite you guys in the chat as well to play the new revamped. Why do I have an advertisement? I don't know. Okay. So I'm gonna put it in the chat here. The link
You just fell
here
off the couch, cat. That's fucking hilarious.
in the call itself, and then
Bria.
I'm going to put the link in the chat for YouTube so you can join in on the game as well. And we'll see who wants to participate or participate.
Party spank.
Party spank. Whoever wants to party spank in this thing.
Ooh,
Very loud advertisement.
It's very loud and very all of it.
Oh, yeah. All right, looks like we got Daxon, the Jedi Ninja, Cal 4, So do I need to speak for the link? No, the link is right there in the chat. This is just Pictionary. You don't need to vocalize or be on camera. And we'll give it a couple minutes for everyone to join in.
As everyone is joining it, as I've seen it happen, again, to put out there, when it's your turn, make your choice quick, or it'll skip you.
Yes.
Yep. Even if you don't think you can draw it that well, just go for it.
And it is, Connor, you say I'm shit, but I'll have fun. It's all about having fun. Everyone is drawing on a mouse or something. Now, some guests in the past have taken out drawing tablets, which have enabled me to take out my tablet. But all in all, it's meant to just be shitty drawings and shitty guesses.
Yeah.
So we have Jedi Ninja, Cal4, Marianne, Dexon. We're waiting for Connor, says bear with me. And we have Connor and as well. So
Heck yeah.
let's just roll with the... Yeah, it is allowed ad, isn't it? I used to have an ad blocker, but the ad blocker seems to need to update. Okay, let's roll with this crowd. And, okay. Let's see what I can do with this. Is that red?
Yeah.
She's got her hands on her hips.
Yeah. Yeah. She got her hands on her hips talking about how she deserves more storyline.
I know that's a hood, but I'm going to do it anyway so people recognize it.
Ooh, I like what you did. Oh, yeah, I see that. No, it goes through the hood. That's part of her fashion.
Okay.
There's a hole in the hood.
I was typing way too much to my answer.
Yeah, I just got lucky with my second one.
Darth Rate.
I did Sith Eternal Empress Rey.
Jesus.
Oh, that's a little too much.
Okay, Dexon.
All right.
Just as Dexon just said, when it's your turn to draw, be sure to select your choices. You have two choices. Select them really quickly, or you'll lose your turn. Now, what is Dexon downloading or drawing? Dexon drawing? Looks like a guy from Among Us.
Oh no, oh no.
What is that thing?
Don't worry about the thing. Worry about what they're doing. You do.
Oh, wait.
Someone got it.
I can't believe it. You
I was like, as minimal writing as I could do without cheating.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You do.
Yeah, bro, the U2.
I had to take that one. When I saw that as my choices, I was like, I don't even know how you draw a sentence.
Make
like
your
that.
choice,
Let's
Jedi
go.
Ninja.
Oh
No.
This is what
Yeah, you really
this is
got to
what we
be
meant.
quick.
Yeah. He missed the click.
gonna be so terrible, and I'm so sorry. I can't draw while laughing either.
What is it?
Just don't worry about it, man. Just don't even worry about it.
Oh wait. Okay. Wasn't that bad.
I don't know what that thing's called.
Boom.
Hey, Jedi Ninja got it.
Oh, I'm horrible with names.
Wasn't even the sister, it was the daughter.
Yeah, you got it.
Light side owl. I do like Morio.
Mario. It's me,
like-
Mario.
It's like the
it's on the
actual
right
evil
track,
version
though.
of Mario, not Wario. Morio.
Morai, okay.
That actually was a good drawing. It was a solid drawing.
Isn't the dark side version just called like the Fanged Beast?
I don't remember.
I think the dark side version was the bat.
Well, yeah, but like that's called a Morai. I mean, okay, what we got here?
Another Among Us? What? How did what? How are you guys getting this?
Just think so basic. Think.
Yeah.
Just look at the shapes
Look at what you're dealing
and
with here.
colors. Look at shapes and colors.
Absorb it.
Now there's too much orange. Now there's too much orange.
Yeah, no, there's too much orange. You need the white to set it off. He's going real fast. It's like Sonic.
Bringing it back.
This is gonna be amazing when it clicks over.
Oh Jesus, BB-8, God! It did not look like BB-8.
Oh
to
my
me.
god.
Sorry.
I'm dead.
I saw two circles and orange, and I went BB-8.
All right. Connor's up on the mobile phones.
Oh gosh.
I don't think white screen is an answer. Nobody hit the answer. Oh, he left. He disconnected.
I said Hoth.
Connor.
Hoth in a blizzard.
Okay, let's see if people get this.
That's concerning.
Oh snap!
Nice.
Oh, that's so wrong. Okay, oh, hold on.
I'm going off of concepts here, people.
I could not remember how to spell it. The funny thing is I was actually going to guess that earlier, but I don't remember him looking like that.
I was going off of memory, and it's a shoddy memory. This is Darth Bane.
Bane.
God damn it! If you enjoy it,
Rule of two.
every time I think of Bane, I still see bald, tattooed face guy.
Say, Pat, you're able to draw. You're able to join, even if the game is ongoing. Link is in the chat up there. It's all good, Connor. Just participate.
No! Too much, too much.
Space diaper. Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
It took me so many times to try and figure out how to spell their first name, to where I had to Google it because I was like, I know it. I know I'm
Surpass a
misspelling
sushi
it.
Jedi.
Yeah, I was sitting there like,
It's
"Good
the
job,
two
that makes
eyes
sense."
that threw me off.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was two eyes in their first name.
Next time I'll have make sure to have a laptop on me. You better. Jedi Ninja.
Jedi Ninja just wants to guess.
Bro, I clicked.
What do I click? I swear.
Oh no, this is gonna be terrible. Okay.
Mobiles are so incompetent. They're not smartphones anymore.
Okay.
Bleh.
That's the sound they make too.
Bleh. Yeah. Bleh.
The sound they make.
Could it be?
There you go. Ooh.
There it is.
It's only the second cool. Well, third coolest. Third coolest.
No shame in stick figures.
Hey, you got the point across.
This is true. St. Pat got it.
Yeah.
Force choke.
Bleh.
Jedi Ninja's like, I had a great choice too. I'm mad.
Okay.
He's a Devronian.
I saw the horns.
I said space snail.
Oh, what is this? Did you read? What?
Oh.
I like the audible. Huh? What?
Oh.
Okay, how do you spell it? Oh. Okay, that's how you spell it. What?
No.
Okay, I was thinking more about the thing inside the thing and not the whole thing.
The whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah, it took me a while to add pit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's I was typing like 50 different versions of Sarlacc.
Happy New Year, Jedi Ninja. Thanks for hanging out and playing with us.
Oh, they
Young
bouncing?
Sarlacc, mature Sarlacc, baby Sarlacc,
Oh,
Itty
jeez.
bitty
How am I going
Sarlacc.
to do this?
Boba Fett is Sarlacc.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Cassian
Cassian
Ander.
Ander.
Oh god. What am I gonna draw? Oh, what about his last 2 seconds?
I thought it was one of your quote ones, and I thought it was Obi-Wan with the blaster being like, so uncivilized. Throwing it away.
I mean,
Some might say
there's
it's
so
a
many
lot like
people
what it is
with
last time.
with beards and blasters. Texan always gets the Mandalorians or the people with helmets.
What? Not me. No way.
Who was that? Who was the one on Doxon?
Or Clan
Preserver?
Ordo.
The Preserver?
Yeah. Which he did not. Sadly.
He did not sadly preserve.
Yeah, not at all. Well, because that's that weird time with like Old Republic lore where they're right about to like get into the SWOTOR game, so they kind of have to kill off Clan Ordo and everything they're trying to do
Yeah.
to put the Vindicator and stuff in.
Who is this?
It's technically not the person you're thinking of, by the way.
Oh, it's not?
Nope.
Well, that
I was
means I'm not
trying-
gonna
I
be
got
able
it
to guess
right out of just the shape. I was just guessing, but then with the horns, that does throw it off.
Oh, Garsaxon.
Siege of Mandalorian, he didn't have horns?
Gar Saxon was dead by then.
Garsaxon
I'm not
was
mistaken.
in Rebels.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
sorry, he was in Rebels, wasn't he? And he
And he was
had, like,
wearing
the
all
red and white
white.
helmet. Crap! Fuck! I was talking.
Yeah.
Dang it. That's on me.
No, yeah, Garth Saxon is wearing white and red, but in Clone Wars, he's the leader of the Mandalorians.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that was Gar Saxon.
yeah.
Well, that makes more sense.
He's been
My
the
bad.
leader of the douche Mandalorians for a while.
To be fair, I am much more of a Rebels fan than I am a Clone Wars fan, so
I'm just a Mandalorian fan.
fair. I also play Galaxy of Heroes, and they have him in his Rebels armor. So
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Dave Filoni, I like that guess. Wait a minute. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Really?
Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. What?
I was looking at something that looked like him, and I was like, yep. That's me telling myself, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I'd say that's a solid drawing right there. When the answer reveals itself, you guys are going to be
I'm
slapping
sure.
your head.
I'm trying to think of who has
Am
such
I?
a huge nose.
I think so. It'll become clear to you.
Oh, it's not Luke. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told you. I was
Yep.
looking at the face mask and the helmet, and I was like,
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
For me, it looked like a bubble on their face. I was really
Right.
like,
I saw someone wearing like a rice paper hat and a big nose.
yeah, I was like Squidward dressed up as Embo for Halloween. This is also Squidward.
Handsome Squidward. Shadow puppets. Oh,
Oh.
Bruh.
I got tunnel vision in drawing the scene.
Yeah, a little bit. That's okay.
Is it looking for the dude's name?
Nope.
No. Yeah, I'm like so invested in the scene. Good
I
job,
did put
Pep.
rethink. You want to rethink your life?
Oh, I'm not gonna try and draw that one. I'll draw this one. That's far easier to
Yes, you
draw.
you do get points when people guess your drawing right.
Oh.
What? What the fuck are they called?
Easy as heck, Pep. I'm just kidding. I mean, to me it is. But
Hey, Jesus.
No.
I don't know how you got it, Cal. Is that... Oh, Jesus.
it's my knock. When it comes to animals in Star Wars, that's usually what I do my best.
The other one was Talon Malachorus, and I was like, I'm not even gonna try to draw that.
I just got drawn shirtless guy with floating.
A shirtless Sith, yeah, shirtless Sith. Oh wait,
Oh, that's obviously. Huh?
be general, more general.
Jesus Christ.
I love this little derpy face.
I did the ditto, did a cut.
Right? That's why I was like, it's not Java. It's just a hut. It's just a hut.
It's just hut number 4 in the background.
Oh, man. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out on this New Year's Eve special of Dyad in the Forest. I hope you guys enjoyed the new game. We will be playing that weekly. So again, DM me on Twitter if you have any statements that are factually incorrect and we'd like to use on the game itself. Feel free to do so. Thank you to Cal for subbing in for Choco. Do you have any final thoughts or
Always
any
a
kind of
pleasure.
plugs you want to make?
I'm going to be going live right after this to stream on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Cal4. I'm going to be drinking champagne every single hour for every time zone in the U.S. So we're doing New Year's for every time zone.
Oh dang!
But I'm just going to be playing some dumb games. I don't know. It'll be a good time.
Awesome.
But also, deploy the likes. What the heck, guys? Like the video. Do it.
Yes. Do it now. Do it.
Do it, or I'll draw poor drawings on the side of your car in paint.
Cassian Ender.
And Jackson, thank you for calling in and being a guest.
Happy
Do you have
to.
any final thoughts or any kind of plugs?
Real big plug, I guess, will be we will still have a podcast January 6th, even though I am going to be in the middle of moving. I'm going to try and pre-record a Bad Batch little podcast to put out on the 6th. So we will still have the House of Holocrons on Friday. It could be at 6 p.m. Standard time. We moved it back an hour. I'll get you an updated vision of that, Pep.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so the channel will still be working, and then I'll be moved in hopefully by then and have a lot more content coming out in the next few weeks. So
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out during this episode. It was a very chill episode. Not much to discuss in terms of Star Wars news.
Besides
But I
bash on
hope-
Anakin.
Yeah,
I will
Talk
do
about
that
that.
any day. I'm always here for that.
But again, thank you for hanging out and watching. Thank you to Cal and Daxon again. And we hope you have a wonderful new year and that you make resolutions that you can actually succeed in. Temper your expectations. But as always, that's it. On to the next one.
For light and for life.
We're all the Republic.
And may the force be with you.